In this video, we are going to cover the array sort. Array sort sorts an array of strings alphabetically. Take, for example, this array of names. Const names is equal to Anne, Carl, Bob, and Dean. Just below, let's try to sort it. Names.sort, and we just call it. Finally, we can have a console log below, where we're going to console log those names. If you now save this, you can see we get Anne, Bob, Carl, and Dean. First letter is A, B, C, and D. That's it. So, by default, on simple examples like these, where you just want to sort a string alphabetically, it is really simple to use it. You just call it, and later on, you console log the result that you get back. One thing that is really important and that I would like to point your attention to is that in this case, we didn't create a new array. For example, something like sorted names is equal to names.sort. We didn't do that. We just called the method and then immediately the original array had changed. That means that the sort method mutates the original array. It's fully okay if that happens, but the only takeaway here is that you need to know that it happens. If you don't know that some methods mutate the original array and some don't, your code is going to be unpredictable and you're going to find yourself in a lot of errors. So it's always good to know which methods change the original array and which don't. For example, as we discussed previously, map method doesn't change the original array. We just store the value of a newly created array. Then we have filter. Also creates a new array, but in this case, sort mutates the original array. Really good to know. Later on, when you have huge files with a lot of variables, arrays, and things moving around, it's going to be extremely important for you to know that this array was changed or hasn't been changed. This is also really important in React because in React, we must never mutate the original state array. With that said, we can move to our second example. Inside of here, we're going to have an array of numbers. And let's say that our numbers go as follows: 6, 3, 1, 7, 9, 2. Now, if we call the numbers.sort and finally console log the array, what do you think the output is going to be? If we save that, you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Seems ordered, right? And that's great. This would make you assume that the array sort doesn't only sort alphabetically, it also sorts number in ascending order. But this is unfortunately not the case, at least not out of the box. Why? Because if I add in here the value 15, 25, for example 99, and 44, take a look what happens. As you can see, in this case, we got 1, but then the second value is 15, because 15 starts with 1. But you know that 2 is definitely the one that should go after the 1, right? Well, JavaScript thinks that since this number starts by 1, it also should be just next to this one here. You can see then it's 2, 25, 3, 44, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 99. Of course, this is not the normal way humans count numbers, right? So how can we make this sort function sort numbers in a real ascending order? Or maybe descending from the largest to the smallest? That's also fine depending on the use case. Well, we can do that. But keep in mind that what comes now is a bit more complicated and you're not obligated to know that. I just want to show you how it works because it's a really often used case scenario. So to do that, in here we have to provide a callback function as you're used to. This time, we're going to have two parameters here, a and b. And now we have to compare these numbers. Basically, returning an instant value of a minus b is going to sort numbers in a specific way. Let's test it out. If I now save this, you can see numbers are sorted in an ascending order. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9, and then 15, 25, 44, 99. The only thing we had to do is pass in this comparator function and then compare A and B. There are a lot of sorting algorithms, and I'm honestly not even sure which one JavaScript uses for comparing this simple arrays. But in this case, the only thing you have to know is that if you do A minus B, in that case, that's going to sort numbers in an ascending order. On the other hand, if you do something like this, where we're going to copy this line and now do B minus A, in that case, we are going to get descending order from the largest number to the smallest one. So that's it. These are the two most common use cases of sort. Of course, after the normal alphabetical sort. So we have sort ascending order, sort descending orders. These work for numbers. But then again, if you have strings, you can simply do something like this, where you simply call sort and it's going to sort them in an alphabetical order. And that was it when it comes to array.sort.